What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. Today I'm going to do my best to get a double upload out today guys, because I want to finish the FUT Champions gameplay on Tuesday so that we get Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday for non-FUT Champions Road to Glory stuff. But I am running out of time. It's already 6 o'clock. I've still got to do a main channel video and a second upload on this channel as well. It might be a bit difficult, so we might get more FUT Champions tomorrow, which I do apologise for. I know some people aren't interested in FUT Champions or aren't interested in this much FUT Champions. I'm still trying to find my feet with exactly how I want to record and publish and such and so on and so forth. So I promise you guys going forwards there won't be as much daily FUT Champions stuff, but for today and for tomorrow maybe. I might be able to get a second upload today, I don't know. Now today's video is titled No Loss Glitch or Disconnect Glitch or Forced Disconnect Glitch. There is unfortunately once again a forced disconnect or no loss glitch online. Things to know about it. I'm not going to explain how it's done. I don't think that would be very smart. I don't think people that don't know how to do it and can't find out how to do it should know how to do it, because I don't think it should be in the game. I want to talk about the glitch, about what it does and doesn't affect, who it does and doesn't affect, what happens if you do or don't use it, what happens if it gets used against you, and more importantly, how it's going to get fixed. Back in FIFA 15, there was a no-loss glitch for both consoles, Xbox and PlayStation, and I made a video on it. And within about 4 hours, my video had over 300,000 views on it, which is way, way more than what usually happens for me. EA asked me to remove the video. They subsequently patched the glitch within a day or two. Seems like this year, a few YouTubers have done videos on it and have since taken them down, not because of EA's request, but off their own back, not wanting to ruin the game, but because those videos were made, people that now have found out how to do it are doing it a lot, and it is ruining the game, and it's not great. And what I believe is those people that made those videos should have left them up and let EA deal with the consequence of the entire game being broken, because that's how you force them to change things. You know, when I did it in FIFA 15, because my video got so many views so quickly, it ruined the game like that. They had to act. When Chemgate was around, there was so much news on Chemgate on my channel, on other YouTube channels, on Reddit, on the forums. They had to act, and they fixed it, and they did what they had to do. With this one, with a YouTuber uploading a video and then having 20,000, 30,000 people viewing it and then taking the video down, with some chat on the forums and some chat on Reddit, all that's going to happen is it's going to spread to a core group of people and EA won't react. So I hope that those YouTubers that do make the videos, I hope they reinstate those videos, get those views, and force EA to react and fix this. So what is the forced disconnect glitch or the no loss glitch? Basically, it's a glitch where if you're losing, you can cause the glitch to happen. You will then get disconnected from the game with no penalty. Very much like the no loss offline glitch on PlayStation and Xbox, where you dashboard. That's not how it works. So don't try that, because you end up just going to get a loss. But basically, if you're losing, you can disconnect yourself to the point where the game thinks that your opponent disconnected, and you get, you know, basically you don't lose anymore, and you get to replay the game as if nothing happened. And if you're winning, even if you're winning just 1-0, if you just score a goal, you can use this glitch, and it boots your opponent off, but it boots them off so that they don't get a loss or anything. They just have to replay their game, but you do get a win. So it's only available on PS4. It only works on PS4. Thank God it doesn't work on Xbox. And because of dedicated servers, it doesn't work in FUT Champions. It's only applicable to singles, divisions, and FUT Draft. It's not, and I wonder if it. I don't think it's in the daily knockouts either, because that is also dedicated servers. So I think it's only FUT Draft, singles, and seasons where it's applicable. What's happening is, and I get a lot of messages on Twitter and on YouTube and stuff about people saying what the hell keeps happening to me. What's happening is, let's say you start a draft on PlayStation and you come up against someone that knows how to do the glitch and they go 1-0 up. They'll then do the glitch. You don't get a loss. They do get a win. You get to replay. So what's happening is everybody is winning every game because there's no losing happening, which is causing issues, because all that has to happen is if you sneak an early goal in the round 1, whether or not you're better than that player or not, you use the glitch, boom, you're through to round 2. You score an early goal in round 2, use the glitch, you're into round 3. Let's say you concede in round 3. No worries, you use the glitch again, you don't get a loss, you're still in round 3, and you keep playing and playing and playing until you take the lead and use the glitch, and it's just ruining the game, and it's so stupid. And I believe that EA should patch. I personally believe EA should take Ultimate Team down on PlayStation until this glitch can be patched. Now, this game that I lost here 5-0, guys, you can see I lost 5-0, or at half-time I was 5-0 down. This is another pro player. He finished in the top 100. I was very upset because although I lost 5-1, I actually had a really good game. Like, you can see by the match stats here, Keylor Navas made 1 save. His Hugo Lloris made 13 saves. And the difference, again, very similar to the difference in my game against a pro player in yesterday's episode, is my finishing and my defending let me down, and it's my fault, not my opponent's fault. He did what he did. It was me that was a problem. You can see there he had 4 shots and scored 5 goals. I had 11 shots, 10 on target, and I just didn't take my chances, and I didn't defend his chances very well. So that again shows me that I'm a little notch away from being as good as these guys, but I need to work on stuff to get to that point. And after losing this game, it actually put me on tilt, and I think I went on a huge losing streak, which was really sad because we was in a great place. We was like 18 wins and 4 losses from our first 22 games, which was just amazing. But I fell apart, and it was very, very sad. When does the no-loss glitch happen, and what happens if it happens to you? If it happens to you, nothing happens, ultimately. You could be in the final of the draft, you could go, you know, you could take the lead against a guy, they'll use a no-loss glitch against you, you'll actually get the win. So if you're winning, and they use it against you, you get the win. If you're losing, and they use it against you, you don't get anything. But you don't get nothing either. So if you're in the final and you're 1-0 down, and the person that you're 1-0 down to understands how to do the no-loss glitch, they will force the disconnect. They will get the win, you will get to replay the final. So pretty much what's happening is, so long as there's a big enough group of people that know what the no-loss glitch is, everybody is winning every game. And it's just stupid. It's going to ruin the market on FIFA. Because all the draft pack, you know, like, honestly, now is the best time out of any to just play draft, because if you start winning, they're going to disconnect you and you're going to go through. If you start losing, they're going to disconnect themselves and you're going to get to replay the game. So if you're a player that plays by the rules, playing the draft now by the rules is probably the best thing to do, because by letting other people cheat, you aren't susceptible to the punishments, right? And I do believe like bans should be put into place, and I do believe that anyone that uses and abuses this should have their accounts reviewed and be punished in some way, whether it be like any coins gained from drafts or using this removed, or temporary ban or whatever. But I believe there should be some punishments here, you know. In previous years, I didn't necessarily believe so. And in FIFA 15, I personally used the no-loss glitch because it was a glitch that doesn't affect your opponents. And to an extent, this is still the same thing. This is a glitch that doesn't affect your opponent. It only affects you. Like, if the person that's on the receiving end of it doesn't have negative impact on their account. If anything, they have a positive impact on their account. But with FUT Champions this year, and the fact that EA are trying to turn FIFA into a bit more of an esport and are trying to go down a competitive route, they need to show that they are serious about dealing with problems and cheaters. So I believe, I know it's like some people say, oh, that's very hypocritical, you was happy to use it there, you know, and now you're saying people be banned. But like, the games are 2 different entities. The game has come on so far that, like I say, like, I believe that now if EA are trying to send FIFA down a competitive route, they need to show that they are willing to ban people and take action against people that are exploiting the game. And they need to fix the glitches quick. For example, in League of Legends, if there's ever a glitch in League of Legends, they will either remove ranked matchmaking, or they will remove the champion that has an error. Like, for example, if one of the mid lane champions, let's say Ziggs, I don't know if you guys know what League of Legends is, but if Ziggs has an issue where there's a specific bug with him, his character, the way his character reacts to certain things within the game, they will just remove you from being able to use him. And I think they should do that in FIFA as well. If there's an issue right now, disable matchmaking on seasons, draft, and singles. Only let people play the daily tournaments right now. Because it's silly that people can benefit in a competitive scene. Because what's going to happen now is, it's Tuesday, right? It's Tuesday, so you can quite easily go on draft right now, cheat your way to 20 draft wins by Friday, recoup all the benefits of those, have a much better team than you should have had for the weekend league, and put somebody out who hasn't cheated because you have cheated in competitive. So even though it doesn't affect directly the competitive gameplay, indirectly, it most definitely does affect the competitive gameplay, and I think EA need to take action on that. So that's where I'm at with the disconnect glitch, the force glitch, whatever glitch we're going to call it. I would hope that you guys that are watching, that have heard about this, that are on PlayStation, don't go and look for it and don't go and try and use it. And I would hope those of you that know how to do it, just don't use it. Like, a loss on your record it's just a loss. Records this year more than ever are less relevant than ever before. By the way, this game here, you can see I had 70% possession. I want to talk about this game in a second because I was tilted right now in FIFA. I was tilted at this point playing. So I like, if you know how to do it, don't do it. Like, because of FUT Champions, because of the competitive aspect of FIFA this year, I tweeted out something from my main account yesterday, and people were like, oh my god, your record is insane. And it's garbage compared to previous years. It's like 140 wins and 40 losses. It's not a great record. It's barely a 3-to-1 win-loss ratio. In previous years, at this stage in FIFA, I would have 7-to-10 win-to-loss ratio. So it's way, way worse. But because of FUT Champions, because how everyone's getting into that kind of more competitive nature of things, having a record like that is much better. Or just having like a positive record, people look at like, oh my god, that's amazing. So if you've got like a record of like 50 wins and 35 losses, and you're like, oh, let me just use a DC glitch here just so I don't get that 36th loss, just take the loss. It's not a big deal. This year, above all other years, losses are irrelevant to anything. What's important is, hey, where did you finish in FUT Champions? I finished Gold 1. That's amazing. Where did you finish in FUT Champions for the month? I finished Elite 3. That's amazing. Not, hey, dude, what's your record? Wait, you don't have 1,000 wins to 100 losses? You're garbage at this game. Like people look at FIFA differently this year, so don't use and abuse the no loss glitch. It's not worth it. And if EA do start taking action, banning people and stuff because of it, you will fall foul of that, and then you'll be on Reddit and stuff being like, oh my god, I've never done anything before in my life. I've never used any cheats or glitches, but I've been banned, and no one will believe you. So don't do it. Don't cheat. Don't cheat. I've got some questions. I didn't expect to speak about no loss glitch that long. I have got some comments from the last video. You can see here I have fully collapsed, right? Fully collapsed. What actually happened was I went and played after the game that I just lost before this one. I went and played some seasons games, which I didn't show in this because it would have just made the video far too long. But I went and played some season games to get back onto winning ways because I'd lost 4 games in a row, and that wasn't okay. And I lost 4 games in a row because I was tilted. You saw that game where I had 70% possession, but I only had 2 shots and 1 on target, and you probably think to yourself, what on earth was that game? Well, when I kicked off, can't remember how good my opponent's team was, I think it was pretty good, but when I kicked off, he went part of the bus. So I thought, you know what? I am just going to pass around my defence and take this game to penalties. And me, being an idiot, started doing that. And the reason why that was idiotic is because that's not how I play FIFA. If someone goes part of the bus, I will play a more cautious game because I don't want to get hit on the counter, but I still try and aggress and pressure and score. But what I did here is I was literally just passing around my defence time and time again, and eventually he, you know, I can't remember if he scored first or I scored first or what, but ultimately, every time I lost the ball, because I was passing around my defence, I lost the ball in a dangerous area. So I gave him possession in a dangerous area, which played right into his hands, because if I give him the ball from my centre-backs or my CDM, he's now got the ball in an attacking position, doing no work, doing absolutely no work. And I was doing that, and I was passing around that because I was so angry that I'd lost the previous games. And I was only angry that I'd lost them because I was angry that I'd lost them. And I'll explain it in a second, but I was so angry that I'd lost the previous games that I was playing like a dick. I was like, yo, I'll teach you a lesson. I'll show you how to play part of the bus. I'll show you, if you want to play part of the bus, what will happen. And it backfired, and that's me being an idiot. If I just played my normal game, I might still have lost that game, but I might have won it, and I would have won it with a bit more class, or lost it with a bit more class, than being a dick and passing around the defence. And when I lost that game, that was it. That was what triggered me to think, do you know what? This is getting out of control. I was so angry. I was so triggered. I was putting so much stress and pressure on myself to get back into winning ways that I thought, what's the best thing to do here? And the best thing to do was to go back to seasons, play some seasons games, get some wins back under my belt, start playing good football again, and get back into a positive place, because I was playing really, really good FIFA up until I lost that game 5-1 to that other pro player. And that tilted me so much because he only had 4 shots and scored 5 goals, and I had countless shots, not from great areas, but from good areas, and I didn't score goals. And that loss, even though that only made me 18 wins and 5 losses, that loss tipped me over the edge that then sent me on a 4-loss streak. A 4-loss streak is crazy when I'm playing such good FIFA, but the reason why it made me so mad is because I was losing those games afterwards, not because my opponents were better than me, but because I immediately changed my entire gameplay because of one guy and one loss. Now, I explained this in yesterday's video. After I lost that game, the next guy that I play, he doesn't know that I just lost that game, or in that manner, or to a pro. He's dealing with his own shit on his own end, and I allowed my previous loss to get in my head for my next opponent, which made it easier for my next opponent to beat me because I was playing like an idiot because of a previous game, and it spiraled out of control to a point where I was just getting loss after loss after loss. So with that, I basically had to change what I was doing. I changed what I was doing. I came back and I went on, I think, a 4-win streak and got like right back into a position where we were doing good again, you know, because I had put us in, you know, put me, my account, us, viewers, whatever, into a position where we went from having an amazing record to having just a good record because I let the game get in my head and change the way I was playing. And if I just kept playing the way I was playing, of course, I was going to take losses here and there. I'm never going to go 40 and 40. I'm never even going to go 35 and 5. I'm going to take losses along the way. But if I just continued to play how I'm playing, it would have been a case of 4 or 5 wins and a loss. 4 or 5 wins and a loss. But because I got that next loss, I started going 4 wins, 4 losses, a win, 2 losses, a loss, a win, 3 losses, and it just changed everything. So I wanted to stop that from happening by going into seasons, and that's exactly what we did. Now, obviously, we're at the end of the video here. And I haven't taken any of these comments. So what I'll do is I'll record this, I'll render this out, I'll edit the next video, and I'll take the comments from the next video, well, from the last video, and I'll do them in the next video. But the one thing that I just want to say, want to talk about is the first thing that I took as a comment, and it's from Arjun there. He says, how important do you feel substitutes are? I've noticed you keep putting Mustafi at CDM. So I think substitutes are massively important. Not so much if you're winning comfortably, but definitely if you're in a close game or if you're in a tight game that you need to defend hard on, or if your players are losing stamina. I definitely think they're important. The reason why I put Mustafi at CDM was actually by accident initially. I think I got Gareth Barry sent off in a game, or Gareth Barry was just dead for fitness in a game, and I didn't have a suitable replacement for a CDM on the bench. So I put Mustafi in there, and I just thought, let me just put him in there and throw him into centre-back. But I forgot to put him down into centre-back. I forgot to change to a 5-back formation. So I used him at CDM. And what I discovered was that as a late sub, a centre-back at CDM is better than a CDM at CDM because they have better qualities for a defensive-minded central defensive midfielder. So Mustafi, with the pace that he's got, with the chem style that he's got, with his defending, with his height and with his work rate, actually turns out to be a much better CDM than you would ever imagine. So for you guys that have CDMs in your team, going forwards, I suggest that you use centre-backs as substitutes for your CDMs because they're amazing. They're tall, they win everything in the air, they've got decent enough passing, they've got great work rates, great physical, good enough pace, good strength, and that's where we're at. So anyway, guys, after our first 30 games, we've got 19 wins. We got beaten in that last game there. That, you know, no two ways about it. That guy was just far better than us. He deserved the win. He was much better and deserved it. As you can see, we've got 10 games left. Sorry, we've got 21 wins with 10 games left. That's an amazing record, especially considering we went on a 4-game loss streak. That is an absolutely sensational return after our first 30 games to get 21 wins. I was very happy with that. This, guys, is going to be the end of the video, so thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.